Yes, people. Welcome back to another stream on the channel. This is your Gameweek 16 preview. And yeah, I'm joined by JPT.
What's up, man?
Big up. Listen, guys, make sure you guys do smash the likes once you're here. Do all that stuff, nice stuff. Subscribe to the Other Time podcast. Obviously, there's already comments there. I will bring that up when I bring in the rest of the people. But yeah, how you doing, JBT, man? How's
man.
life? Obviously, without supporting Chelsea, how's
Look, I'll say this: there was only one bright side in that game, and that was Lewis Hall. But if we're talking about that in the stream, we'll talk about it. But other than that, he's been pretty good. Rainy, just visiting family again. But yeah, man.
100%. The next guest is MK the Don. How you doing?
Yo, man. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you both?
Yeah, man. Not bad, obviously. Man, team qualified, unlike certain teams.
Hey.
Is what it is. The energy's out tonight, man. I have to, because you know what?
You got that win against Aston Villa.
I've analyzed the match on the recent streams. I've been a bit moody, so now I've chest out tonight. So
you get that Carabao Cup and you think you're untouchable.
I'm waiting for one Chelsea fan in particular. I'm waiting for one Chelsea fan. I've told JBT in the background, I'm waiting for one specific Chelsea fan. But yeah, let's start them because we do have people joining.
God, it's like you got Chelsea fans. I went out Chelsea fans last week, and now you're going.
We do have Ollie. How you doing, Ollie?
Yes. Yeah, good.
Good. We have our co-host Manny. How you doing, Manny? Oh, sorry. Co-host is Mason as well, by the way.
Yeah. Cheers. Thanks for having me. Sorry, I was a little bit late. This is not greatness, but you can understand why we're stretched. Looking forward to the weekend, last round of games before the World Cup, and thankfully this whole thing can be, over. Mixed feelings about the World Cup, obviously, but it is what it is. Time to break out the usual world in motion and start singing.
100%. We do have a United fan with me. Azad, how you doing, Azad?
I'm great, Oris. Thanks for asking. I hope you guys are all right as well. By the way, before we begin, I really like that before we start. Carabao Cup champions, you lot will never sing that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll never sing that, and neither will you.
Facts, money.
I knew that was coming.
And we do have someone else in the back room, Arsenal fan as well. So I think that makes it 4 Arsenal fans. So we do have Joel. How you doing?
Hello, everyone.
Joel, good to see you.
Joel.
Yeah, good to see you. Let's go through the comments first of all, because before I get onto, I want to get onto one particular game, but before we do onto that, let's go through the comments. Obviously, guys, I don't need to repeat myself. Just smash the likes, do all that good business. Mason says, let's go hit the like button, sub if you're new. Exactly. Also, guys, subscribe to MK the Don, man. Get him to, listen, I don't want to say 25, get him to 50, man. Let's push
Get me to 50 and I'll start doing
to 50, even over that one.
50, man. Get him to 50.
I'll start doing bits.
Oh, this is so funny because Mitrovic isn't even fit, and Dan, so nice.
He ain't playing, bro.
Exactly. Big up. By the way, Ben, big up to you because he's one of my thumbnail editors. So big up to Ben. Hope you're doing well there, mate. Mitchell's out 100%. Evening, James. Hope you're doing well. Obviously, Bournemouth fan. They're doing all right. Is what it is. But guys, we will actually talk about this weekend games, Carabao Cup games, and then we will do like previews for the weekend. But the first Carabao Cup game, Arsenal 1, Brighton 3. Let's start with the Arsenal fans first. I want to start with, before I get on to the Arsenal fans, be honest, guys. I know money is not part of this, but are one of you guys happy that you guys are knocked out, or are you guys?
I'm all right, actually, with the World Cup and what the fixture list would have been for the Carabao Cup. As United will find out, it's going to be very much after the World Cup. You'll have to go straight into one of them. For me, if we would have won that game, it would have been more of a little pre-warm up towards the Boxing Day against West Ham. I think it's Boxing Day. I'm not too sure.
Boxing Day.
Don't quite know. Yeah, Boxing Day.
I know, mate.
But with us being out of this, I feel like it will give us a little bit more rest. We can focus on the league, which obviously we want top 4. You can't get top 4 from this. But also, given the situation with the World Cup, I'd just say, you know what, it's cool. Let's leave this one. You know, let Man United fans go for this.
Hannah says Oli needs to brighten up. Oh my days, mate. It ain't easy facing Brighton. It ain't easy, man. Big up Hardy. Big up, guys, apologies for not being with you guys tonight. Being busy with uni. It's so nice that you're not here because Ronaldo didn't start yesterday. So wonder that Hardeep, obviously probably sad that Ronaldo wasn't even a man. Listen, I'm gonna get on to United later on.
Speed on Sky Sports.
We're not talking about Man United first. I'm calling out Speed.
Speed.
Who was more upset, Hardeep or Speed?
A topic.
Yeah, he calls himself Speed, but he's slow, mentally slow.
Yeah.
A topic to this channel. Be sure to delve and discuss the developments regarding. Don't worry, Hardeep or Romano. I will discuss about Maguire and Fred. Don't worry. Obviously, we read that out already. For not being here. But guys, Arsenal fans. Obviously, Mason has had to say. Manny, man, how are you feeling? Are you? Did you want to win the Carabao Cup? Did you take this cup seriously for you?
Well, let me ask a question right now. If the remit of this club team was not to take the Carling Cup seriously, why didn't he put out a few more academy players so they could get some experience? Because when you take a look at the team we put out, aside from maybe the goalkeeper Hayne, who was of course registered as our third choice, we had more than a few first teamers and some other players who've had a taste of the Europa League this season, with an attempt to try to put out a decent team. So if we didn't take this tournament seriously, why would we put out that team? Why wouldn't we just put out a youth team and sort of be done with it? And I'll tell you one thing, I wouldn't necessarily have minded if we had put out a youth team and that youth team ended up getting pasted 3-1, because we know the youth team need to get some exposure. And obviously they would have put in the more than valiant effort. They would have loved the honor of playing for the badge in that competition, and they would have prospered. But, you know, I mean, I know Nketiah got his goal, and I know he's going to use this opportunity to pad his stats. Sadly, you know, that's as good as he's going to get in the Carling Cup the Carabao Cup this season. Oh, at least he has the FA Cup. And then he'll score, and then he'll do this "call me maybe" celebration. Jesus Christ, I'm
Right
sick
in
of
front
that.
of the Brighton fans, man. Going like,
Yeah.
oh,
Money,
come
so what are you saying? Do you think?
Beauty
So
of
you're
the
saying
ball,
Nketiah's not good enough?
No. I'm not going to talk about that because you know my opinion.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say is this: I am sick of this sour grapes attitude, which says that, well, we didn't care about this trophy anyway, so it's no big deal that we got knocked out. It's bad enough that we got knocked out at home to a Premiership team which also made wholesale changes, which hardly had too many of their first team players starting. And in addition, nobody likes to get knocked out of any competition. And it's shameful, really, that in the history that I've learned about Arsenal, we've only won the League Cup about twice. And I don't know if we've won it any times before that. But... you know, we have to start taking things seriously and displaying a sort of an attitude which says that every single competition has to be important. Now, I take people's point that says, when people say, you know, we just don't have the have the squad for that. Well, you know, if that's the attitude, we might as well forfeit the entire tournament, not even play any of our matches, and just had Brighton abide in the next round instead of putting out a team and subjecting the fans to that sort of shambles. I'm sorry, but I can't abide by that. And, you know, in January, obviously, we will have an opportunity to buy some players to further strengthen the squad, as if the purchases we made during the summer simply weren't enough. Yes, we got Jesus. Yes, we got Zinchenko, and maybe one or two others who have shown a few flashes of talent, but not really done it consistently. Graham, big up, mate. I will get back to you very soon, I promise you. And... yeah, we had opportunity. We'll have some opportunities to strengthen the squad. So we can't sit back and say that we have any excuses. No, we don't. I'm sorry, we don't. We don't. Because once the World Cup finishes, we will have the January window. And then, of course, that will be the time when we can look at some players and probably try and bring them in to help us get strengthened. In fact, latest news is that I believe, according to my friend Danny AFC TV, who happens to be a terrific scout when it comes to talent, has an eye for talent, must be said. He's still eager to bring Mikhailo Mudryk to Arsenal. And apparently Endrick has come to Arsenal, but to have some talks with Chelsea, he'd be the type of person that we would need at Arsenal, and a few other players. So, no, I'm sorry, I can't abide by those excuses. And we will also have the FA Cup. Are we just going to, put out a team? And second team, I do get that, Graham. But look, we had some first-team players in that team. It is... and Brighton also didn't exactly play their first team either. So, are we going to do the same thing for the FA Cup? Are we going to just say, look, that's going to be another free hit? We don't care about the FA Cup. We've got bigger fish to fry in terms of, the Premiership and the Europa League. No, unless we change our attitude, we're not going to, get anywhere. And the fans also have to have a proper mindset, because I do remember ever since the fans started singing "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles" as a little thank you to West Ham for ensuring that we would remain in the Champions League, although we'd qualify at Tottenham's expense that season, they started this ridiculous St. Totteringham's Day where we would celebrate finishing above Tottenham every season. And I kept telling myself, you know what? This is going to come and bite us in the arse one day. And when it did, it will be painful. It was painful. And it's been happening ever since. So unless we change our mindset as fans and say, look, this was inexcusable, we do have to be better. We do have to improve ourselves and make sure that we get things right. We're not going to progress anywhere. I am still hopeful that we will finish in the top 4. But, with the start we've had, you cannot allow yourselves to be optimistic about the start you've had and say, wow, Mikel Arteta should be given a perfect 10 rating as a manager, or, he deserves his Manager of the Month award ahead of someone like Eddie Howe, who's done well for Newcastle. No, at the end of the day, it's the results that count at the end of the season. We have to maintain that focus and that consistency. Otherwise, it will be all for nothing. So I'm not happy with this result. No. At least if we had lost by, 1 goal, maybe 2-1 at home, or at least if we had put out more of the kids, I would have accepted that. But no, I can't abide by this. And I can't abide by the mentality of this AFTV group who say that we have bigger fish to fry. Shame on all of you. Seriously. I know I sound a bit like Lee Gunner, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is with the Carabao Cup. I do think Mikel should have actually just, if he was not taking it seriously, which we all know after the game he said we need strengthening. Well, that's the point. Well, yeah, we do. But there's no chance of... I'm not being funny. You're in every single competition to win it, whether you like it or not, whether you're Tottenham or not, you're in it to win it. Every year, every team is in it to win it. Even in the lower FA Cup rounds, everyone's in it to win it. You know what I mean? I just went and watched, I watched this a few months ago, #United, when they were in the FA Cup qualifying. They didn't make it, but you could see that they want to win it. They want to get there. And that's with Arsenal, this Carabao Cup. If Mikel saw that we played. This is what got me. This is why I said I don't think we're going to win that game. As soon as I saw the lineup, first of all, Sambi Lokonga with Mohamed El Nene. That's called pass sideways, pass backwards FC. That one for me. There's no attacking threat in my eyes for that, where no one like Sambi Lokonga isn't going to pick up the ball and run or pick out passes as much as a Xhaka will or a Partey will or an Odegaard, So I think putting them two together in the CDM roles or central midfields, whatever you want to call it, was never a good idea from Mikel from the beginning. But I do think that we should have took this more seriously. If I know there's a game tomorrow, I know we've got Wolves and it's the last game before the World Cup and that, and we want to win that. But he should take this competition seriously, at least. He should have took this competition seriously. And it is disappointing. But at the end of the day, Arsenal fans, this is what they expect at the moment. They don't expect anything in this competition, like Manny was saying. Like some Arsenal fans do need to put their heads on and say, look, we're in a competition to win it. Like the Europa League, I want to go out and win that. The FA Cup, I would love to win that again, Like the Carabao Cup also. I haven't seen Arsenal win a Carabao Cup in my lifetime. That's the one thing, as well as the Champions League, etc. But that's the one thing, one domestic cup I'm missing from the collection, and that's where Arsenal fans sort of do need to raise their standards, because we should be in it. Like Manchester City, they want to win everything, so should we. You know.
Yeah, 100%. Ollie, man, going to you. Obviously, Brighton did beat you guys 3-1. What's your thoughts, Ollie? Are you happy that you're out, or are you sad?
Mixed emotions, really. I'm sad a bit, but I don't want to be a bit sorry. But it's just the Carabao Cup. I did want to win it, but we have to focus on the Premier League now. I think we're doing well in the Prem. We didn't have a strong lineup. It's a bit annoying that we didn't win, and our home record's gone now. But no, I mean, I stupid to say, but obviously it is what it is. We move now, but obviously not many Arsenal fans can really talk about the game because they didn't watch it. But I saw the game 3-1. I was a bit annoyed, and especially if it's a Prem team as well, what will happen when we play them in the Premier League? But yeah, and yeah, a bit annoyed, mixed emotions. I mean, yeah, annoyed, but then it's not. I don't think we would have won it. I wanted to win it, but yeah.
Ollie, can you private chat for me, please? Joel, I'm gonna go on to you. What's your thoughts on this defeat?
I mean, I want to win every game, but obviously I want to win every competition we're in. But I'd be more mad if we went out of the Europa League or the FA Cup, because you're not going to win every trophy. I think you should just focus on the league this season and Europa League. I think all other competitions could be a bonus. I think so. I'm not really. I wanted to win, but I'm not really too mad that we're out. I think it's one of our worst competitions. We can't win all the competitions, but I think if we were going to be able to win one the easiest, it would be the Carabao Cup, because obviously it's the one that not everyone really takes seriously. But yeah. So I'm like 50-50. I don't really care, but I do care at the same time.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna go through the comments. Obviously, I think I missed a few, and then we'll talk. We'll go on to the next game. Cool. Trap says they're in a title race, bigger fish to fry. Asks Lee Gunner. Listen, Lee Gunner, I don't know to buy him because he's an Arsenal fan. That's not involved in my channel, but listen, people have their own opinions. Lee Gunner, listen, there's nothing much I can say about Lee Gunner, man. He has his own opinions. That's it. Big up Graham, hope you're doing well. AKA Graham Potter. Looking like second team result against Brighton is pointless, 100%. Joel in the mud traps.
I don't know how he's in the mud. We're still at the top of the table, man.
Obviously, I did put a comment. Yeah, he's here. Actually, big up to the new people that's joined recently. So Toby and Fine, big up to you guys. Traps, I think it's too early to say that, mate. But okay.
Didn't United just get beat 3-1 less than Villa?
He says Traps says Wenger in. I mean, okay, Traps.
Hey, stop this wallad from commenting. He's full of it, man.
Wenger in, what the heck?
Wenger
He's
in.
an Arsenal icon. Actually, we're gonna do this. Obviously, we're gonna review the game for Carabao Cup, then we'll preview the same team. So for Arsenal, obviously, we reviewed the Brighton game. Now we're gonna do the preview for the Wolverhampton game. If I go into the Arsenal fans, bear in mind, actually no, nothing. I thought Lopetegui is gonna take in charge of this. In fact, he won't. He won't be in charge. So you guys are lucky, man. That obviously there's no manager bounce because Lopetegui he starts to sort out his visa issues, but. Yeah, I'll get on to Manny. Manny, how you feeling? Obviously, you got Wolverhampton last game before World Cup. How you feeling, Manny?
This is a game which we should win quite easily. I am confident because obviously, once again, the first teamers will come back. It'll be a strong team as usual. The usual 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. Tierney will be on the bench, and it's like, rinse and repeat. And yeah, we should win this quite easily. I'm going for a 3-0 win because Wolves are in disarray. And I seriously do not rate Julen Lopetegui as a coach. I do remember, he got sacked by Spain because of his, speaking to Real Madrid behind the team's back. And Luis Enrique ended up...
Whoa. They can.
Hello. Okay, and Luis Enrique ended up, replacing Lopetegui, and he was the guy who dropped David De Gea from Spain's World Cup squad today. So rant against him as much as you want, Orist and Assad and Toby. Good to see you, by the way. How are you, brother?
No, you're mute, Toby. You're mute.
No, I think he just waved his hand. Don't worry about it. Oh, cool. So Wolves have problems, and I really don't see them recovering. Interesting. I wonder what. I think the guys at UTC IAD have been speaking about that. They have their weekly cherry picking podcast.
Hardy
They were talking
Romano,
about
thank you for letting us know. But Manny, you can carry on now.
Yeah, and like I said, Wolves have problems. I don't know where they're going to score goals. I wonder if Diego Costa will be back from his suspension. I don't know if he will, but I seriously can't see them troubling our midfield or our defense. This really doesn't even merit any discussion. 3-0 Arsenal, easy.
Okay, Manny,
We
I
get
love
goals
this
somewhere.
confidence. I love this. Because before, your prediction draws, you're saying, oh, it's 50-50, I'm not sure. But now, you're back in Mikel Arteta's
Can I say this? When he actually predicts draws, we win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope the winning continues. Now you predicted a win.
Yeah.
Should I do a draw today to make it even?
Go on, Mason.
All right. Well, I actually agree with Manny. I think it is going to be an easy game. I think we should beat Wolves. Why am I saying
Confidence.
Confidence. Yeah, I think 3-0 win as well, to be fair. But for this, I'm actually just going to say 2-2 draw. So then we've still got that. We've got that draw in us as well, man. No, I'm joking. 3-0 win to the boys. Traps, man, concentrate on Fulham, bro.
Traps says, I said Arsenal will not be top by the time the World Cup starts. I stand by that. Ruben Rocket. Oh, yeah, he means Ruben Neves Rocket pending. Hopefully, man, hopefully.
If this doesn't happen, then
he's in the mud, yeah. Traps is always in the mud, either way.
He's
Because
in the mud,
Ten Hag's proven people wrong, but they don't want to give him credit. But Ollie, how are you feeling for this game? Wolverhampton, Arsenal, how are you feeling, Ollie?
Yeah, I agree with the lads. I'm confident with the game. For the game, yeah. I know it's a bit boring, but I'll go with the 1-0 because we haven't really been scoring in many games, and I like to win 1-0. I would like to, win more, but I'm confident. I mean, it is away, but that doesn't affect it. Wolves don't have the best team, and obviously, as you said about they got a new manager as well, and they're struggling in the league at the moment.
No, Ollie, the new manager comes in after World Cup. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. But no, I think it'll be a 1-0 win. Maybe Jesus to score, but Jesus is close to a suspension, so he might get if he.
Oh, I think there's a fox here, Corinne.
I thought that was a dark horse. I thought that was a horse. Portugal.
Yeah. Cool. Lineups, guys. For Arsenal lineups, what would you guys go with? Manny. Actually, no, sorry, Joe. Your thoughts, and then obviously the lineups for against Wolverhampton.
I think obviously Wolves are 19th place, I believe. Are they level with Forest, or I don't know? They've been shocking. They've been shocking this season. They don't really score enough goals, so I think get 1 or 2 goals in. They get 2 goals in the lead, and I think it should be over in this game. So obviously they don't really score. I think there's no other result that's acceptable other than the win.
Yeah. To be fair, I think the lineup should be the same against Chelsea, so I don't think there's no point in me asking.
Yeah,
should be the same against Chelsea. Am I right or wrong? Manny, Mason, Ollie, agree? Same lineup against Chelsea.
I actually forgot what the lineup was against Chelsea.
So the lineup was Ramsdale, Burnley. Whoa, what's the called?
Normal lineup then, basically.
Normal lineup, yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably do that. Yeah. Definitely.
Hardy has a comment. Wolves are potentially a relegation candidate. If Arsenal drop points to a side that's been in poor form, man, that's below the standard. Don't worry, man. Arteta will have the light bulb in the dressing room.
Arteta's going to have the light bulb. Everyone's going to be around that wall.
Big up Football Ferreira. Hope you're doing well, mate. Obviously, Barca fan. So, Man United, Barca in the Europa League. Looking forward to that.
Go on, the Barca.
Frank and Dion coming to Old Trafford. This is what we like, man.
No.
I could never be in the mud pitch side forward too much. Like, this guy, man. Just chill out,
Bro,
man.
you
no,
beat
can I say
Aston Villa in
something?
the cup.
The
Oh,
lo-
yeah,
bro.
that's a plan.
Not
the
like you
loser-
beat Aston Villa in the league.
Yeah,
The
go on.
loser
Come
of
on,
Man
bro.
United, Barcelona, whoever goes through between those two, they have to pay Frankie de Jong's deferred wages. That has to be the better.
Exactly. But listen, for me, Frank de Jong, I know United fans are very, very aware of him. I think he will get a bad reception when he comes to Old Trafford, and deservedly as well, because this guy is a disgrace to the football community. Because you know what? How dare you treat Man United? I
How
remember the
dare you,
quote.
bro?
I
How
remember
dare you?
a quote. I said, if you remember a quote in May, he said, "I've already decided in May that I will stay at Barcelona because they're on the Champions League competition." Well,
Yeah.
yeah, mate. Frank de Jong have that.
Hold that,
Cool.
bro.
Yeah, smash the likes. Yeah, smash the likes, man. Get the likes up. But let's go in. Not the next game, but we will review this game. I mean, listen, I'm just gonna let the Chelsea fans go first, man. Let them
Chelsea
have a
get
run.
battered everywhere they go. Chelsea get battered everywhere they go.
JBT for me.
Everywhere they
Obviously,
go.
JBT. City.
JBT.
How you feeling, man? Obviously, do you have any players in your mind that you want to call out?
Shit. I
Go
mean,
on.
how much of this squad deserves it's a good
Abba
like I
play.
said, slap upside the head for not giving a fuck. Honestly, the Arsenal backups were giving more fight than our starters were in this game. But it's, I mean, just the only bright thing was Lewis Hall. My God,
Mhm.
Off.
he was. I mean, look. I mean, if it wasn't Ortega, just showing that everyone, I'm better than Mendy right now. So I mean, he was having, I mean, good stay. I mean, I'll say this for Hall, he didn't have the most powerful shots. He maybe like took the first one too early, but there is a lot of potential there. Hopefully this guy is hopefully it doesn't go part of Minerals FC. I'll just say that. But I mean, no one was surprised. Everyone was like, Chelsea's gonna lose. I mean, it was bad, but for some fans who were thinking we're gonna pull result, I don't know what else we need to show you that. Yeah, this team doesn't have what it takes. Koulibaly looked like he was super glued to the grass. I don't know what he was doing, where he didn't jump. There's a lot of improvements we need to do, and I'm sure Fahim will agree that thank God this is the last game before the World Cup. I mean, with who do we play? Newcastle, which
You got Newcastle, man.
Oh my.
At St.
That's,
James.
that's not a good.
St.
Not good,
James.
man.
Before you get on to the Newcastle game, we will let Fahim talk about this City game. Oh wait, by the way, are you finished, JBT, or do you want to call out? any
No, I
players?
mean, there's too many names to call, and this
Basically the whole 11.
the whole 11 minus Hall. It was Chelsea that day was Lewis Hall plus 10 fuckers. That's what it
Okay,
was.
JBT, a serious question, not banter aside. Do you think Graham Potter has the minerals to drop
The Mason Mount Minerals.
to drop these big players? I'm being serious, like, because if you compare, the reason why I'm going to talk about Ten Hag, because he's the manager that dropped players when you play bad. So could Graham Potter gonna do that in your opinion, JPT? Because you guys have been asked for Cucurella to be dropped or to play left wing back. He's still playing Cucurella left centre back, which for me, I find that annoying as a neutral fan because
It's
stupid.
I
Everyone
would
can
have
see
found
that
that
he can't be
annoying.
left center back.
But he done it against
Yeah,
Arsenal.
to be fair, no, it is annoying because Graham Potter he's not listening to the fans, man. They want certain players to start, certain players to get dropped. He's still
Right.
playing those bang average players, man. He's still playing Drake in midfield.
It makes me think: is it his decision, or is Bully telling him, "No, we spent a lot of money on this guy. Play him at this spot. We have to do it." It's
Nah,
I mean,
it's
Potter was.
If that's what Bowley's doing, then geez, man, you guys have got it in tough, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
'Cause
Like,
I don't
is
think
that
it is.
blind?
I think it's Potter. I think
Drax, we'll
Potter's.
talk about United when we go into that.
Either way.
Yeah, definitely Potter's.
I-
He just needs time, man.
He needs
his own
time.
players.
He needs time.
a few windows, and
Patience,
that's what I'm
patience.
saying. And then to answer your question, Oris, is he gonna like drop Mount? No, the thing is that he can't. It's not even because he's playing mediocre or subpar than what he usually plays, but who is it gonna take a spot? Like
No,
right
but
now,
what I'm trying to say, do you think he has the minerals to drop these players that are playing.
Stop using the word minerals, man. We're
Yeah,
not in
that's-
the minerals right
that's-
now.
That's the M word.
Johnny. Oh,
We're in the mud right now. Let's use that word. Let's not use minerals.
yeah,
minerals
JBT's
is too.
Wi-Fi is in the mud as well. His Wi-Fi is in the mud.
The thing is,
Listen.
I still actually think
in the
that
fan
Chelsea
base.
will. I still think that somehow Chelsea will get Champions League football this year. Somehow. I don't know why. I don't know
If we
why.
win the tournament by miracle, maybe.
I don't know
That's
why.
the only
but
way I can see us
I
doing
do.
it.
I do think that you guys will get it, and my top four is this at the moment. Obviously, Arsenal and Man City are in there,
Yeah,
and then
Chelsea.
I
Man
think
United.
it's
Man
between
United.
Liverpool, Tottenham,
Man
Chelsea. Not Liverpool. Man United, Tottenham, Chelsea.
Listen, for me, I don't need to say it.
But because of how salty, not you, bro, but because of how salty some of United fans, yeah,
Oh, yeah, I know you're
I
talking
really want them
Listen,
to
I've
finish
said it before, and I'll say
seventh
it
or
again.
eighth.
United have a. Listen, when I say the statement, I will add a point there. We do have a chance of winning the league, but listen, squad depth. We need more signings in January. I think if you look at the squads that we have, the squad that we have right now, I think it's good enough. But for me, we need more players in January.
You're in a process like us, though. You're in a process. You're right.
It's
at the
Gyllenhaal's
beginning.
first
I know
window
that.
or
I
first.
Yeah,
know
join the process.
I
man.
know
Join the
that.
It's like
I
Potter.
know.
Process
It's like
gang. Process gang.
Mikel started
Process
all this,
gang.
starting the process, and now
Process
Potter's
gang.
on this one.
Listen,
Can't turn around.
but the certain fans, United fans, I'm not going to give him time. For me, I'm giving him much time as possible. But the certain fans, call him enough.
Trust the process, boys.
man.
Yeah, join the process gang. Come on.
Listen.
Trust it.
Listen,
Trust it.
$10 a
Trust
month.
the
You got
process.
this.
I'm going to
Trust
call
the
out
process.
one Chelsea fan.
Wait, what do you mean, Paula? What have I done? I've done nothing, bro.
Go
Was
on.
it you? Or was I going to say your name? I'm calling out Johnny Minerals, man, not you.
Oh,
Johnny
okay.
Minerals.
No, but
Listen.
you said in the chat, time to what? What was it?
That's
Time to
another
cook
admin.
him.
It was Ollie. I'm not the admin.
Wait, who's cooking who?
Listen, Johnny
I don't know.
Minerals, yeah. I don't know if you guys saw this video, but he said Mason
Johan
Mount is
Mount.
better than Frank Lampard.
Oh,
He said Graham Potter is going to be the next Sir Alex Ferguson. For me,
this is what I mean. This is don't. No, I'm not
You
involved.
don't
I'm
need
not
to
involved.
explain yourself.
I'm not
but-
involved.
JBT,
He called
Yeah.
Mason Mount Johan Mount. That is way too much, man. Johan
He
Mount.
still
Oh,
swears
man.
that he's the second. He's gonna be better than Lampard. The fact that he keeps bringing up this one stat, it's so annoying because it's implying that Mount is just as good in the same class as Ronaldo and Messi. Is that you know that Mason Mount scored in the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the final? You know who else did that? Messi and Ronaldo. Yeah, but they were consistent every fucking week. What do you?
hey, come on,
Well,
call
so
it out,
Havertz scores in a
JBT.
final,
Call
we're
him
gonna
out.
say that as well.
Havertz, bro, it's. I mean, look, I have a conspiracy theory with Johnny Minerals, but I don't know if I can say here. I can cuss, but then when it gets into other
Listen,
territories, I ain't trying to offend nobody
like
like that. So
I've
I'll
asked
back
him.
you, JPT.
I've
Don't
asked
worry,
him
I'll
for
get
an
your back, bro.
invitation for my channel, but listen, if he wants,
Look, who's this Minerals guy? Because at the moment, is he a Chelsea fan? Yeah.
he's a
Yeah,
Mason
okay.
Bro,
Mount fan.
change your name. Change your name from Minerals to Sign Ghost, please. You're not.
Johnny
He's-
Minerals.
Anyways, let's not talk about that.
He's a Mount fan.
Zero
Let's
Minerals.
Let's actually preview the game for Chelsea. So, listen, JBT said it. Newcastle. Listen,
Yes,
I'll
sir.
quickly do my score prediction. Newcastle 3.
I will.
Newcastle 3-0. JBT, preview your game for Newcastle Chelsea. How are you feeling? I'm not gonna say you're confident, but do you think you can get something out of this game?
St. James Park is already a difficult place to play in. Before we would not give a fuck because we had a team. It's we beat them last year pretty comfortably. We renamed that place St. Reece James Park for a reason. The thing is that now with Reece is gone, like half the team is injured or blindly led, and still I still want to give Potter time, but with these we just have to admit I don't know why it's so difficult for people to admit we don't have the players right now to compete. But everyone would say it's like, yeah, no, but they won us a Champions League. That card has, that warranty's expired. Just get rid of it. You can't.
Oh,
do
does
it
that
anymore.
mean you'll stop actually singing Champions of Europe? You'll never sing that now. Does that mean Chelsea fans will just give it a rest now?
I doubt that, bro. I doubt that.
I mean, to be honest, look against you lot, like against Arsenal, our atmosphere was completely dead. So I don't know what's happening right now.
I'm
Chelsea
sick of
fans-
hearing it. Champions
think-
of Europe, you'll never sing that.
I think we're getting to that level of divide where I think this divide in the
Yeah.
fan base is worse than the Wenger out and in people. Or no, not even that. Yeah, I think because that divide was worse than the Arteta in or out people, right? As
The
Arsenal
Wenger
fans.
one, the Wenger
Was
one was
worse.
definitely worse. That caused.
That
I
was
think
fights
we're
brutal.
worse
between
than
the
that
fans
right
and
now
that.
because we don't know
I
who to
think
blame.
so. Yeah.
We don't know who to blame. We're blaming the players, but the fans who are the stands. They like, no, it's the manager. No, it's new ownership. No, it's the time. No, it's such a the
One
Fire
thing I'll
Nation
say,
attacked. And we're screwed.
Also,
one thing
how
I'll
is the
say-
new Arsenal training ground, e.g. Stamford Bridge? Is it all right? Nice and
oh
tidy,
my God.
tidy after
Yeah,
Sunday.
Listen,
You have
talk about
one good
Stamford
winning
Bridge.
season against us, and
Talk
now
about-
you
talk about
want
the
to
Stamford
talk
Bridge.
shit.
3 years,
Talk about
bro.
the Stamford
3
Bridge.
years of demolishing
Talking
you
about the
lot.
Stamford Bridge.
We always finish
Is
above
this
you.
the library? Is this? Listen, Joe's JBT and fine. Why is Stamford Bridge now quiet? I'm being no banter aside, but
There's Arsenal
It
fans. coming.
annoys
Quiet
me. It
fake
actually
bridge, bro.
annoys me. It actually
Here we go.
annoys me. Like
Here we
these
go.
fans, these fans are privileged to go to like these games, but I expect some good atmosphere. You don't just celebrate. You don't just make a good atmosphere
I was
when
there
the team
Sunday. It
is
was
winning.
dead, bro. It was dead.
Yeah, it was completely dead.
It sounded
It's
like
been
it on
dead
the
for a
TV.
while.
But saying that,
I
even
think-
when this was back, I can't remember the date, but when we beat you 5-3, I think it was 2012, when we beat you 5-3 at the Bridge, it was still a very good atmosphere. Still very good atmosphere. I don't know what's happened. Is it just because
I think-
like, Arsenal have come to your place and slapped you 3 times?
I think
Is that what's going on?
I think
Is
I
West
think
London the new Arsenal
PTSD.
training ground?
PTSD.
you know what? I think most of the fans were very closely attached to Tuchel. Like the banner that we had last season with Tuchel. I think him being gone, it kind of ruined the mood with the vibe with these Chelsea fans at the Bridge. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they feel a bit lost. I don't know what the case is, but that's my assumption. But all this sort of blame, I pin it towards Todd Bowley rather than Graham Potter. To be honest, like Todd Bowley is the one that spent 280 million on a manager that he didn't plan to have in the future. Brought in Graham Potter, spent 20 million to get in Graham Potter in to Chelsea in a time where we're playing games thick and fast. He doesn't have enough time to implement his style. Like he didn't have a pre-season to implement his style. Didn't have a say in the transfers like Aubameyang and Sterling. Like that was mostly on Tuchel than Graham Potter. So the form that we're in, yes, Graham Potter has to take some responsibility. He's selecting certain players like Kai Havertz. Oh my days, I'm fed up with this guy. Get rid of him because I don't know what he's good at.
Oh yes.
Get rid of him. I don't know what he's good at. Like
Call that more. Who else needs to leave? Call that more.
Loftus bum cheek. Call him out.
Loftus bum cheek.
Who said that?
He
bro?
needs to go. Look.
Actually,
I said
too
Loftus
old.
bum cheek.
Listen, there's
That's
nothing
class.
that can beat Drake. You literally, for me, I don't understand because, as I said I was on the show at 7 p.m. Chelsea fans before they used to watch midfielders like Ballack, Lampard.
Yeah.
Now they have to watch this shit. Now, listen, I don't.
Bro,
I used to be
Loftus Cheek
scared
failed
when
at
Chelsea
Fulham.
used to come like to the
Huh?
Emirates.
What was
like,
that?
when they had
Fine, what was
Lampard.
that?
Loftus Cheek failed his loan spell at Fulham, and we're literally playing him in our
Let's-
midfield. That is
Let's
embarrassing.
quickly,
That is
let's
embarrassing.
quickly
bro.
give our score predictions for this game. So, JBT, what's the score prediction for this game?
At best 2-0 Newcastle win. It's gonna be.
Oh,
It's gonna be. It's. This is the first time in a while I've said like, you know what? Yeah, I think we're gonna lose. Like, I'm not even gonna defend. I think that we're gonna have a shot. It's like, and look, and I'll say this for the fans too. There is a lot of criticism within the fans whenever they say stuff like, what Fahim and I are saying, where it's, we're just calling it as it is. Like, these players are not good enough. They need to go. They don't deserve to wear the badge. But by saying anything negative, it's gonna be that we're fake fans. It's not. It's just like how you just said it. Like, how would we go from the likes of Lampard, Ballack to the midfield we have now, and saying that this is good enough? It's not.
To this strikers.
And it was crazy. Apparently, that wasn't even Tuchel's like.
Leave nothing personal out of this.
He didn't want him. That was more the board getting Aubameyang and luring him with Tuchel. Tuchel, I think, even admitted that he this was not part of my plans for the summer.
Of course, it wasn't.
So it's like
just wants to buy shirts, bro. He just wants to sell shirts.
Yeah, that's
But
what
It
I'm
wouldn't
saying.
surprise
American
me if
honestly
Ronaldo
right there.
don't sign for you.
That's
lot,
the
Jack.
American owners for you summed up. But
Yeah.
JPT
Yeah.
goes with 2-0 Newcastle.
Yeah.
Fine. What do you think? You're gonna back the Chelsea boys?
No, I'm not backing Chelsea in
We're
this
gonna do a
case.
match day
I'm
video.
Just
huh?
don't get injured. Just don't get injured.
Look, at this point, just like I'm just excited for the World Cup. I'm just
Yeah.
completely switched over to Chelsea right now
Well,
because
listen,
we're
we
playing
will
crap.
talk about England World Cup squad. We'll save that for
Shambles,
after,
Maguire.
when we talk about the best club in Manchester.
I'm going.
Well, Man
Yeah, I'm
City.
going
We're
like.
talking about Man City again.
Well, what's that?
Right.
What's
We
that?
will. I'm on a minute. So, fine. What's the score prediction?
Yeah, I'm going for the same as JP. 2-0 2-0 Newcastle. I don't think we'll win.
Miggy's gonna get one more just
I think-
before the World Cup.
think
Before they said we have two best squads in the world. We've got the best centre in the world,
Uh,
best goalkeeper
I
in the
think
world.
Chelsea's problem. I think Chelsea's
Now,
problem has to do with.
Go on, Toby.
Okay, I actually think Chelsea's problem has to do with the owner Boyle himself, because I see him as not football centric actually,
He's
and
not.
he just came in. You bought the club. You spent over, if I'm not mistaken, like 300 million, 200 million on players, and you know you now
sacked a lot of
sacked
people as well.
exactly. You sacked the manager Tuchel, who have been there. Tuchel was actually building something actually, and to me, I see no difference in. Though there's a big difference actually, because Tuchel is a better manager than Graham Potter is actually, and like someone said here now, no transfer plan, nothing with this new manager, and he's working with the old plan and the old system and every other thing. So Boli should have understood that this will take time. His strategy, his antics, everything were just below par, was zero. You don't spend big on a manager, giving him that mentality,
Yep.
that feeling that he's backed, he's being backed. And truth be told, you look at these players, these Chelsea players, they are humans, and I think they may not express it, but I think we are starting to see the aftermath effect in their performance on the pitch, because Tuchel, in my opinion, I think he definitely had his way. This is a manager who came in impossible. He won the Champions League for Chelsea. Champions League is every player's dream, every club's dream, and winning it, just a little tweak, and you should have backed this man for Christ's sake. And Tuchel will be sacked if Kerr is not taken. And to me, I don't think he's the right manager to carry this Chelsea team along. And of course, it's a very difficult game for Chelsea. Chelsea tomorrow. I don't know. Is it tomorrow or next tomorrow they play Newcastle? It will be a very difficult game. And
Tomorrow, I think it's
okay,
tomorrow.
tomorrow, fine. And
Saturday.
yeah, Newcastle will definitely win, because you look at that Chelsea team. It's so embarrassing and so disgusting. They don't have any plan. They don't have any headway. You see, players they're now average. Cucurella, I don't see any work he does. Messi Mount now is now feeling the heat, the burden. Everything is now Mount, and I think he's the only Chelsea player that has started since Potter. Like he hasn't been.
Yeah, he's played most of the games. Yeah.
Played most
He's got
games.
to the World Cup squad, didn't he?
Let's
Yeah.
get people's score predictions for this game. So, Manny, what's the score prediction for Newcastle Chelsea?
I'm actually going to buck the trend and say that Chelsea might end up, winning, but very tightly. And here's why. Because for all the talk about how Newcastle are flying high, I still think they have a bit of a soft centre. And, the midfield that they've got with the likes of Sean Longstaff, Joe Willock, and I don't know if it's John Joe Shelby or Joe Linton or one of the other two. I'm not too sure. That
either.
can be what?
No, so it could be either. Yeah, because I think they're
That can be overrun. So the big battles are going to be won in the midfield. One thing which I would definitely like to see Graham Potter do is bench Aubameyang for the Premiership and have him play in the Champions League, because Aubameyang will probably be at his best in this fast-paced Premiership when he's coming on as an impact sub with 30 minutes to go, so that he can try and get into position to score goals. Asking him to do that in the Premiership just takes a bit too much out of him. But in the Champions League, he's playing a lot better, and maybe that is one thing that Potter will look to try and do if he analyzes the performances and so forth. And I'm sure the Manchester United fans will remember that that's what a certain Michael Owen used to do for United when he came over there. He was mainly used as a bench player. And what an impact he had, scoring that stoppage time win in the Manchester derby at Old Trafford. You're never going to forget that, are you?
No chance.
Yeah.
So, Toby, I'm sorry I forgot about you there. So, but you remember that's good. So for me, it will be a tight 2-1 win for Chelsea. Aubameyang scoring the winner. You can clip this if you want. Off the bench.
Mason, Newcastle Chelsea score prediction.
Yeah, man. You know what? I'm actually going to go over Chelsea win.
Chelsea
I
win.
think despite Chelsea to win, man. I'm going different. Hopefully they won't, but we'll soon find out. With Newcastle, I think there's things that they can like. I think there's things that Chelsea can get at Newcastle. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Chelsea win. The reason why I'm saying 2-1 Chelsea is because I actually do think that they could surprise us all, Chelsea. I think Potter will get his system through to the players eventually. It's going to take time. And really, I blame the owner on how this has all went. And yeah, I do think they could win, but I don't believe they will, but I do think they could. They could possibly change it. You know what I mean? They could.
Mason, you want to read out this comment?
I'm not a Chelsea fan, thank you very much.
Mason's got the minerals.
Bro,
Okay,
I just got the minerals in it. Like Mason Mount, Mason.
I thought that word was banned now. I thought that word was banned. What happened now? I thought the word was banned now. Ollie, Newcastle Chelsea.
Yeah, look, both teams are quite good, but I don't know. I back Newcastle in this one, but I said a 1-1 draw. I think it might be a 1-1 draw. I know it's a bit of a weird prediction, but Newcastle doing well, maybe a 2-1 win for them. So it's hard to predict this game. Not very good predictions.
I hope Willock scores.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he might score, and then
Joe Willock will win a 90th minute for a 1-0 Newcastle.
Hassan, are you there? What was the score prediction for Newcastle Chelsea?
Look, I'm a very boring personality, so I'm going to go with the 1-1. That's it from me, boys.
Yeah. Toby, your score prediction for Newcastle Chelsea?
A 1-0 victory to Newcastle.
Joe Willock winner.
You guys are very generous.
Yeah, man.
5-0 Newcastle.
I think me and JP are like the ones that
I had to.
I had it like, did he just say 1-0?
I've got two Chelsea fans
Listen.
watching me as I say, "Oh shit, maybe 2-1 Chelsea." I gave it for you guys because you guys didn't back yourselves.
I mean, just where's that goal coming from? Who's feeding the goal scorer?
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna have to say
It's gonna be an own goal.
Will be
You know what? I agree
one of
with
the
you.
goals will be an own goal.
Listen. I think you know what DBT
Chelsea's
says.
goal.
Chelsea
goals.
get an own goal for them. So
How
that'll
many
be
own
1-0
goals?
Chelsea. Then Newcastle will come back with Joe Willock, and then he'll score, and then Aubameyang will smack one, and it'll deflect off a Newcastle player and go in as an own goal.
That's a good prediction.
So Chelsea will win 2-1, but Newcastle will score all the goals.
But listen, I know JBT said we've been too nice to Chelsea, so I'm gonna say this: Newcastle 3-0. How about that?
Say 5. Go on, I dare you.
3-0 Newcastle.
I put money on that. Yeah. If I was
Let's
you.
move on to the next game. Well, it's not next game because as I said, this is the last game that we're going to review for the Carabao Cup, and it is Manchester United.
There we go.
4,
It was not a good evening.
Aston Villa 2. I'll go first, and then you can go second because I'm bringing the energy out tonight, man. Listen.
Carabao Cup energy.
Traps booming. Traps.
London clubs can only wish for that energy.
Traps for me. Listen, everyone played well for me. That's my money. Listen, we're Carabao Cup champions anyways. We're going to win this cup. I think the finals in February. We're going to win that cup. Obviously, the draw was out. We got Burnley at home. We'll beat Burnley. I know the manager of Western Company. He's going to get a nice. He'll probably get a nice reception in it. Toby, and that's he'll get a lovely reception. Not maybe a couple boos, but
A bit
Yeah,
of a
listen,
Gerrard reception, I think.
probably. But listen, second half, I think first half was for me the worst half in this season for me. I think we were too sloppy in first half.
Worse than the Aston Villa one at Villa Park.
Hang on a minute. Time out. Second half, obviously, we woke up. We woke up second half. And yeah, man, we got the goals.
Free my guy.
Martial, the best striker in the Premier League, scored. And
Oh
obviously,
God, Martial.
Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes does what he does, man. And look, Tom, listen,
Talk about the dive.
we've got.
Right,
We've got
boys, I'm going to have to go.
that's fine. I know we're talking about the best club, so it's fine.
No, we're talking about the Banter Club, so I'm going to have to dip for that. My prediction for Fulham and United, 2-1 Fulham. Fulham.
Yeah. You want to shout out your socials before you go?
Yeah, bro, just MK the Don 14 Instagram, MK the Don on YouTube. Get me up to 50 subscribers, and we'll do some new videos. That was Oris who actually said 50, so we'll go with that target. Come on.
Yeah, and this time
Peace
I'm
out,
not doing no Bobby.
peeps.
Listen, this time, big up Mason. 'Cause this time I won't leave you on full screen for 2 minutes because I don't know. That time I'm never ever doing that. But listen, it's a good win. Obviously, we're through round 4, unlike certain clubs. That's fine. I thought, listen, we got a special 18-year-old kid, man. Alejandro
Garnacho.
Garnacho, mate. Listen, 2 assists. Listen, I don't wanna get gassed because obviously we saw what happened with our team. Well, the promising teenager and what he did after that. I think everyone's aware of that. But listen, he's only 18. He will improve. But listen, I'm like what I'm seeing. See, at the beginning, his attitude, to know they like it, but now he's improved that. He's playing well. And yeah, man, I'm loving it right now. We've got Fulham. I think we'll win 3-0. But listen, let's talk about the Man United Aston Villa game. Azad, you can go. You want to pick up any players before?
Look, I will big up a lot of players. Before I touch on the actual game, Leon Bailey is a melt, bro. Listen, Martinez incident. I don't know if you guys clocked it, but he's trying to go for his ligament. 2 days after he goes on Twitter, he has like a yarn. He's like, the refs weren't on my side today, and what does he do 2 days later? Just having a nibble at a player's leg. So it's definitely how low can you go. But aside from that, I think it wasn't really a convincing performance. But the second half, we really picked up the paces. Garnacho, nothing needs to be said about him. Although he didn't make the Argentina squad, but it's just his third game in the seniors, so whatever. But it's probably a stepping stone for him. As for the Fulham game, I think it's really important we should win that one because obviously the last game before the World Cup, we want to set the blueprint before we set off. So it's going to be really interesting. But Leon Bailey, I'm not happy, bro.
Leon Bailey, mate, that's what you deserve, mate. That's what you deserve. Life comes at you fast. But before we get on to Toby, fortunately, one of our members does have to go. So, Ollie, do you want to shout out your social before you go?
Yeah, so Deej and Care on YouTube. I haven't been uploading in a while, but I will hopefully get a stream or something up soon. And on Instagram, Ollie.Sinclair556, or you can find me on my fan page, Aaron_Rams fan page 1. But yeah, big up for me on the rest and everyone. Yeah,
big up,
see you
Ollie,
soon.
man. Take care.
See ya.
Hopefully you lose on the weekend. Big up. But yeah, Toby, man, go on to you. How's that 4-2? And are you excited of Garnacho? Talk to me.
Yeah. No, it's a perfect revenge or a perfect response. Considering the lackluster performance we had, I think some days ago, it was a perfect reaction actually. But the first half was below par, and we started to ask ourselves questions: what is really wrong with this team? But we don't know what Ten Hag actually told them in the dressing room. But they came out sharp, and we saw a revitalized team. We saw Sancho. We saw Rashford on fire. We saw Anthony Martial. So these guys stepped up, and they knew they definitely needed to win. They needed that win actually moving forward because it would be very disappointing and very appalling if you play Aston Villa in twice in a week and you don't come out to win. It was a perfect game plan in the second half actually. Garnacho was introduced and he changed he changed the entire system. You know, he had to assist. His vision, you know, was spot on. Actually, his eye for goal and all of that. So it was good. It was good. But when you look at the goals that Aston Villa scored, you know, it shows we still have a lot of work to do defensively because the Lindelof and Maguire pairing, trust me, it's not
not
working.
working.
And
I still
not
think
working.
I still think we need to work on our transitions. To be fair, but listen,
yeah, exactly.
Ten Hag, what a manager, man. For me, listen, this is a process. First thing I would say, this is a process. We will have some setbacks. United fans have
Yeah.
to accept we all have some setbacks. And listen, this season, it could be a crazy season, man. Obviously, we've seen the likes of Newcastle, but listen, I'm liking the way things have gone so far. Obviously, I don't know if we get Hardeep, don't worry, but we will talk about news that came out today from Jamie Jackson, who is super, super reliable. So, Ten Hag's decided that he will sell Fred next summer.
Yeah.
He will
Yeah.
release the contract and he will
And Maguire as well, apparently.
sell Maguire as well. Listen, if this was Oli, yeah, he would be like, right, lads, I love Fred, I love Harry, but
Fantastic.
Thumbs up.
Ten
Thumbs
Hag
up.
for me. Ten
Yes,
Hag.
sorry for smiling
We,
as well.
the club has to listen what Ten Hag wants to do. If he wants to sell Maguire, let him sell Maguire. If he wants to sell,
Yeah.
listen, Fred, I rate Fred, but listen, if he wants to sell Fred, let him because that's the manager's decision, and I'm not the one that's in charge. If you listen, first things first, the club has to back Ten Hag in January. I know that. Seen reports again. Listen, it's probably PR spin, but I've seen today that we're linked again with that Barcelona midfield. That listen, I'm not gonna get.
De Jong.
Yeah, I'm not talking
Who?
about him ever again, my channel. But listen, that's
The
probably
player,
another
man.
PR spin. But what I've seen is that Cody Gakpo might look like to join. Who else is linked to us, mate? There's about 100 players, but my mind is not focused. That my mind is focused on
Rabiot.
that cup and that treble. But yeah, man. Listen, Ten Hag. For me, how many years we're gonna back him? For me, he's got
Give
to
it
have.
3 or something, I reckon.
He needs four to six
Yeah.
transfer windows, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
exactly.
In my opinion, and next season we will see who is in Ten Hag's plan. But listen, things are going well. Obviously, we've got Fulham next. Let me just bring that up. Fulham vs Manchester United. I'm confident, man. I'm confident. Listen, big up Martial, man. Martial, I've always rated him since day one. And listen,
I'm going to bet you he better score as well.
he better stay fit as well. So Martial, I think he will start, and I think he'll do a brace, and I think our Nacho's going to score. But yeah, Manny, what were your overall thoughts on the Aston Villa game and this Fulham game that's coming up?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the United Villa game was obviously an opportunity to get some revenge, and some changes were made. It was good to see Dubravka in goal. I think both teams made goalkeeper changes, and of course, he responded well to going behind not once but twice, and then a rather fortuitous third goal, and then the fourth, which sealed it. Didn't really see the match, but I think it was, as people would say, it was a perfect response. And a lot of people are going to talk about Robin Olsen having a pretty poor day in the Villa goal. Look, he's sweet. He's Sweden's number one, 62 caps to his name. He is a much better goalkeeper than that for which people give him credit. You can't just rush to to judgment on the basis of 3 games where I think in 2 games he was sort of thrust into action following issues with Martinez, and the other one, he was given the start but just lost his concentration. But he is good enough, and I think, people need to just lay off him and let him completely adapt further to life at Villa, and I think he will be fine. He's nowhere. He's certainly not as good as Emi Martinez, who is, of course, heading to the World Cup, hoping to win it with Argentina. But Olsen is nowhere near as
You are
bad as
number
people
one
think he is.
Martinez fan. You know that. You're number
Yeah,
one
of
Martinez.
course. Look, he
The
always has
butcher.
a special place.
So, Manny, what you said that Arsenal sold him? What you said?
Of course, I wanted them to get rid of Leno and keep Martinez. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, we let him go. He's gone on to bigger and better things with Argentina. He's now the new Aston Villa captain. Obviously, his league position will suggest that he's having a bad time of it, but I don't think so. I think he will, bounce back along with Emery, and he will, do well. And as for the Fulham Manchester United game, Should be an easy game for Manchester United, but again, I know you're not going to take it lightly. But it should be a win. I'm going for 2-0 to Manchester United.
Cool. Obviously, Fine does have to go because it got a bit too much. So Fine, get out your social.
Yeah, CFC for him, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I mean, the shorts, the TikToks. I mean, what can I make shorts on? We're not even flipping scoring, so how can I make shorts? Like, so it's gonna be the World Cup. It's gonna be the World Cup goals, man. But yeah, big up to everyone in this panel. That's
Yeah, big up for him, man. As always,
you.
obviously we do
Big
have
up, bro. Big up.
Leaving money. Do you want to start your socials?
Yeah, as usual, Twitter, Thangadurai 1981. That's my surname and my year of birth. Instagram, Mani Thangadurai 1981, which is my full name and my year of birth. Several channels on YouTube. No channel of my own, but you can see me almost everywhere. Delboy Gannon TV, S. Featley TV, Coach's Corner with Hanno Trollope, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV, UTC IAD, several other channels as well. Just got off of stream as well with NS Sports TV for the Football for Thought podcast. I enjoy doing all of this, a chance to chat with like-minded people about football and offer some opinions of all ages. It's not about bantering. It's about, listening to people, letting them have their say, and also just debating about issues constructively and coming to a resolution. It's not because we love our clubs any less, but because we love the game more, and that's the mentality we should have. So big up to Orest at Orest Talks Football for having me here. Very privileged to be involved with this channel and doing a lot more, and hopefully we will do a lot more for the World Cup in the coming days. So until then, enjoy your weekend, stay safe, stay happy, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and for now, I'm out.
Big up Manny, as always. Big up yourself. But yeah, cool. As we were going back, obviously Manchester United Fulham, I'm confident, man, that we're gonna win. Hopefully, Aston Villa fans, how dare you say, "Who are you? Who are you?" Listen, and there's all banter, but listen, you can say that to teams like Leeds, but when you are at Old Trafford and you're chanting, "Who are you?" That's what you get for getting back.
The audacity, bro. The audacity.
Fulham away. I know Mitrovic is out, so that's good for us. I don't know who they're probably gonna have preseason Pirlo up front, or I don't know who they're gonna go up front. So listen, we are gonna win. We should win, and I think we are gonna win. So I'm gonna say 3-0 United. I think we should keep a clean sheet. Obviously Dalot is suspended, so I suspect that Malacia will come into as a right back, and then we'll have Luke Shaw as left back. So yeah, for me, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's been on hibernation, man, but it is what it is. Toby, what will be your lineup against Fulham on Sunday?
It's gonna be David De Gea in goal actually, and left back it's going to be Tara Malaysia, I think, and right back, of course, it could be, I think, Lindelof. He could actually use Lindelof. Lindelof can play right back actually. Then because Wan-Bissaka, obviously he's not fit. I don't think he's match fit yet.
Probably on holiday,
Then
Toby.
we
On holiday.
Who knows? Then the midfield will have, I think, Casemiro and Eriksen, then Bruno Fernandes. Then on the right side we'll have, it could be Elanga. Then on the left it could be Marcus Rashford. Then Anthony Martial will play as number 9. Because Rashford is not good on the right side, if you know what I mean. He's not good on the right. So I don't think he's gonna play Garnacho or Rashford. No, it's definitely going to be either Bruno Fernandes or Elanga. But I think he could.
Man, this comment is funny, man. JPT Brighton up. I know you only spoke Chelsea.
I'm mad that Hano showed you that fun.
Yeah, listen, I just copy and pasted Hannah's job, but yeah, Toby, carry on, sorry.
So I think this being the last Premier League game before the World Cup, and considering the fact that
the 3 points is vital.
Yeah, exactly. So he will go with the strongest team, but I still think Anthony will be unavailable for that game, and he could as well, give Elanga, because
yeah,
if you give Elanga a chance.
Yeah, With Anthony,
play.
I know there's a lot of United fans saying that Anthony is just he's saving his injury for the World Cup. For me, I don't think he'll do that, man. But I don't think there's an injury in there. Sancho, for me, he's been ill for weeks, man. I know Tino has been saying he's ill, but Sancho, if you think about it, Toby, he's in danger, because Garnacho, listen, Sancho's he's gonna have to do a lot, Sancho, to obviously stay in the first place squad. So for me, listen, to guarantee starting, so Sancho's in huge trouble. Anthony, I don't think he's in that much trouble because he plays at the right wing and Garnacho left wing. But listen, this is what happens when squad depth is key, man. Because we got Garnacho. For me, I still think we need another forward and a winger. For me, I think. Go get that guy.
I think you're right. We need the right. We need the right winger actually. But you look at it, the intent, the reason why we actually got Jadon Sancho was to play on that right hand side, but he hasn't fulfilled that potential yet. Because at Dortmund, I think Sancho played more on the right, and he was fantastic. There was Sancho on the right. They had Haaland up top, so you could see the relationship, the link up. So I don't know why he hasn't tried much as he did in Manchester United. I don't know what the problem is, but who knows?
What's your thoughts, obviously, for the Manchester United Sunday? Do you think United can get the 3 points?
Yeah, they should. The one thing that I kind of worry about for your side is that is fatigue going to kick in, because you're looking at what side that Fulham. They played much less games in recent days or this week or the past 2 weeks. You just came off this game 3 week, and they just only had one. So they didn't have to worry about Carabao Cup because they got kicked out by Crawley Town, and so that's the one thing that's on their side. But I don't know. I don't even know if you guys are gonna go full strength, because this is like being that this is the last game before the World Cup. So I don't know if you're going to see likes of Belanga go in with
I think
should start for sure.
I think Tottenham's going to go strong. Yeah,
strong. Right? I mean, fair enough. If it's so, then
you know what? I'm actually happy that Dalot is missing this, because Dalot is so tired, man. Whenever I watch him, he looks so tired. Obviously against Aston Villa yesterday, he lost so many balls, like he's so tight. I'm happy that he's actually out of the game, actually, but I rate the lot, but I'm happy that he's out because he needs a rest.
Yeah, I think that suspension will do him a lot of good.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, we need a right back, man. Honestly, this is Man United ball, man. Just wake up, man. We need a right back. Go get the Jeremy Frimpong that I've been hearing a lot, man. Go get him. I don't care.
It'll probably be a great addition.
Probably Frimpong, or I don't know who else, but right back Frimpong, and then I still think we need like one or two more centre backs, because listen, Maguire and Lindelof they're still not good enough. So Timber, for me this season, he hasn't looked like the same player as he was last season. Obviously, when he was getting amped up when Tenor joined us, but Timber, I don't know. Pau Torres is one that has been so quiet, and whether he's had a bad season or not, I don't like Pau Torres, but there's not out many centre backs there that we can actually get that Tenor once, but I'm not sure, man. But for sure, forwards and obviously right backs must be vital. Because I still think we need. Listen, I think we need midfield. Listen, we the whole 11 basically. I still think we need more midfielders. Midfielders, I still think we need more. Attacker, it's basically the whole 11, but goalkeeper wise, goal trigger that release clause that Diego Costa has in the contract. I think it's 70 million release clause. Goal trigger that next summer, Man United board. Goal trigger that, because 70 million for me, I don't care about the price, man. Costa is only, I think it's 21, 22. He's only young. So go trigger that release clause. But yeah, man, for me, who knows what United will do in January, man. I'm telling them to do this and that. They'll probably get one player max, but obviously we've been fined £90,000 because of the regulations that we didn't control. For me, this is a joke.
90 or 80.
This is a joke, by the way, because they don't do this to other teams. It's only Man United when they want to charge us, because apparently the FA have charged Man United because the United players didn't control themselves against Chelsea and Newcastle. So that is a joke, by the way. How about you charge the referees, because this is for me. Obviously £90,000. That just done. That's our transfer budget gone, man. For me and Steve, that's a 90,000. That's our transfer budget gone. But listen, is what it is. FA they have an agenda, so yeah. Let's go. The final topic, then we will wrap it up. Which is 1 minute. England World Cup squad reaction. For me, listen, I know everyone's saying why is Maguire getting it called up? Why? For me, Harry Maguire. I'm not. Listen, I understand that he's absolutely awful for Manchester United, but you've got to think about it in Southgate's perspective views. He's played fantastic on the Southgate. I think he was in the final. He was part of the Euros final, which I know we lost. I know that, but he was actually crucial on the Southgate. But I know it's based on form. But listen, Maguire for me, Tomori should have got called up. Simple as that. He should have got called up. Eric Dyer is a joke, by the way. For me, he should have never got called up. For me, I'm going to talk about this one player. For me, it's absolutely ridiculous that he got called up. Calvin Phillips played one game this season. Calvin Phillips, one game for Manchester City, and gets called up. What?
Yeah, I was surprised to see him.
Man.
It's the Man City effect.
Just don't understand. Like for me, for me, Ward Prowse, I don't rate him highly, but he is a good player. I don't rate him highly that people obviously that like. But listen, is what it is for me. When we go into the forwards, Callum Wilson deserves it. Actually, no, sorry. I think everyone's forgetting about this defender. Dan Burn should have got called up from Newcastle. He's played fantastic, man. Dan Burn. I think the people that play for the small clubs, they don't get looked at for Southgate.
Yeah, that's bad. And they could actually be the solution. They could be the solution to the England winning something in silverware or something.
But JBT, what's your thoughts? Do you agree with me by saying obviously defense and all stuff?
Everything you said was true. I mean, for me, the two names that come to mind who didn't get called up, Tomori and Tony. Why? This man, people want to say that he's inconsistent. Fine, but
I think it's because of that bet thing that I think they're still investigating that he done the bet thing. So I don't know what's going on about that.
It's a World Cup. I think you put that aside. It's not like he got like a was it Benjamin Mendy allegation on him?
Yeah, I know. But
that would have been made more sense.
By the way, I still want Tony at Man United. I'm not saying that the bet thing is not bad yet. I want Tony. JBT wants Tony. Toby wants Tony. Everyone wants Tony at Manchester United. But for me, listen, we won't get Tony because Man United board will probably think that, I don't know, Calvert-Lewin is better. Because we actually got linked with him in the summer, by the way. No joke. We got linked with Jordan Pickford as well. So all I'm saying with this Dale Costa thing, I'm only saying that if I was part of the Man United board, because I know that these players I'm calling out to sign Man United, Man United board, they're not smart enough for these type of players to get because, listen, Man United fans, they be saying to it that apparently we've changed, the board have changed now on the Eric Ten Hag. What I'm saying, let's not get overexcited because we still have to see what we do in January. For me, United fans, I don't think they understand. January is actually a crucial month for me to see whether the board does something and listen to Eric Ten Hag. For me, it's clear that Eric Ten Hag wants signings in January because he's called out a press conference saying how the lack of options in his fullbacks are a disgrace, which is a disgrace, by the way. For me, I've seen reports that we're going to be silent, but listen, we're talking about England World Cup. I'll probably do a Man United show later on after World Cup. But listen, England World Cup squad reaction for me. Toby, what's your overall thoughts? Toby? Because obviously people are calling out for Tony to be in. Tomori, Tony. What's your overall thoughts, Toby? Are you impressed? Actually, not impressed, but are you excited? Are you comfortable with this England squad in the World Cup?
Well, not really excited actually, because there are some players, that Southgate ought to have called out, should have given the opportunity to play. And I think Southgate is still going down with his experience, the experience he has had with, some of these players. You look down into the Euros and maybe the previous World Cup and all of that. But Tomori has actually been great, to be honest. And Ivan Toney, truth be told, he has been superb. And I think you look at Dunk too. I think Dunk has been. You mentioned Brown. There's some players from these small clubs, in quotes, these small clubs
They
that
don't get looked at, man. That's the problem.
yeah, they don't, and which is horrible. Which is horrible. Maguire, for instance, in my opinion,
For me,
I
I'm being
I
honest.
think he's supposed to be there.
I don't think Mason Mount should have travelled.
Yeah, Messi Mount is not supposed to be there.
Should have travelled, man.
Yeah, Calvin
Obviously,
Phillips.
Southgate got his favourites in a minute, so.
So I even in my opinion, I think Sterling is not supposed to be there. Of course, Sterling, he hasn't done enough. So it's well, I just hope it's not going to choke him at the end of the day. These players will not
By the way,
because
are you supporting USA or are you supporting England?
England.
Yeah.
England. Since I started watching the game, England.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, predictions for England and World Cup for me, I think round of 16 max. I think we'll probably get knocked down at round of 16. What's the guys' thoughts?
I've been thinking about something. This is World Cup, and we have a lot of fast players. We have a lot of fast players in the World Cup. When you look at some of those teams, will Maguire be able to keep up the pace? Because he's not a fast player, actually.
The back five, Toby. I think Maguire should be fine because he usually plays well in the back five with.
Okay, back five. Okay.
Yeah. Southgate will probably go with the same formation that he goes with all the time, back five. For me, what I will do is, I know I'm waffling a bit too much. After this, we will wrap up definitely. But back five should be, in my opinion, right wing back, Kieran Trippier should start, in my opinion. And the three centre backs, I generally think Kyle Walker should be right centre back. He's always been playing there anyways. Oh, that's where he can play as well. So right centre back, Kyle Walker. In the middle, probably John Stones, obviously Maguire, and then left wing back, probably be Luke Shaw. But fair play to Luke. I mean, Luke Shaw gets always get called up, so I'm not going to pick him up. But obviously, the United players that got called up, big up Luke Shaw, Rashford, and Maguire. I'm not going to make him up, man. I've had enough watching him. But listen, fair play to getting called up, Maguire. How about that? Fair play. But listen, yeah, man. JPT, where do you think England will reach in the World Cup?
Well, I'm looking at could they possibly play, because I think they're going to win the group. I don't think any
think so?
in the group. I mean, USA is not going to do it. Wales has. I think they're going to finish second.
Come on, back your boy Christian Pulisic. What's going on, man? Come on, man.
I'll back him to the door out. That's fine. But if Senegal ends in second in their group, you will play them. That's fuck.
Senegal's good,
They're good. Yeah, they're good. So I'm saying, but can England beat them? If they do, I think at best quarterfinals. That will be for me for England.
Listen, it's not coming home, but it will be coming home to Brazil, in my opinion. I think Brazil are going to win this competition. For me, the thing that will get the most views is probably going to be Brazil, Argentina, or Argentina, Portugal. Argentina, Portugal, one of those two. But listen, if Portugal wins the World Cup, then Speed will go flipping naked in his stream after that. So listen, Speed is actually going to listen. I know that he came, so basically flew from America yesterday to Manchester because he thought Ronaldo was going to start, just for him to realize that 1 hour before kickoff, he saw the lineup and Ronaldo got that sudden illness. But yeah, guys, listen, we discussed all topics. Obviously, I think City got, who does City have in the Premier League? Because we didn't. City got, let me double check again, man. How can I forget? City and City. Brentford. So we don't need to talk about that because they'll hammer Brentford. But listen, there are some teams that we didn't talk about, but we only talked about Man United, Chelsea, and Arsenal because obviously those I didn't get no Spurs fans today. So
I think Haaland is fit. I think he's fit now. He's gonna play.
Yeah, he's fit, man. Yeah, he's fit. Listen, Haaland, for me, man, Norway are in the World Cup, so he's gonna have that 1 month rest, man. Flipping man. But it is what it is. Hopefully,
I think Pep will be happy. Pep will be very happy he didn't go.
Yeah. JPT, do you want to shout your socials?
Yeah, the Out of Time Podcast YouTube channel, Instagram. If you want to see me on Twitter, I'm not too active. The Out of Time PC. You can find me on Oris Talks Football. Cloud Gunner, Tony Cloud Gunner TV. What else? I might do a stream with Steve Strasburg Steve on his Newcastle channel for a game preview. But yeah, other than that, subscribe to Oris Talks Football. Subscribe to everyone in the panel. Get MK the Dawn to 50 subscribers. That's a goal. And yeah, thank you, Oris, and big ups to everyone today.
Big up JPT as always. Tell me where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram actually. Underscore MUFC Global. On my personal account, Toby Mikey.
Big up, and big up everyone in the comments that's tuned in. Big up everyone that didn't even tune in the comments, but big up everyone that's joined in the panel. Obviously, we hit over the 1 hour mark, which we are trying not to. But listen, when people get rattled, is what it is. Fine. But yeah, listen, big up, guys. Do smash the like. No, I'm joking, guys. And look, I think there's people in the comments that say, "Oh, Oris and Fahim are hating each other." Listen, it's all banter. Fahim knows that it's all banter. I like to joke around with him. He knows that himself. So listen, do follow Fahim on Instagram though, CFC Fireman. If you want to see, TikTok CFC Fireman. Listen, this guy, honestly, me and JB will do in the back room. His TikTok content, man, is up there. But listen, big up as always. Big up Toby and JPT for joining. Big up everyone in the panel that did join today. I think I don't remember everyone, but big up to those that did join. But yeah, guys, next stream will be what's today, Friday. So probably do one on Sunday, match reaction for all the games. I think Sunday the last game. Yeah, so we'll probably do game week 16 review on Sunday because. Yeah, I think that'll be the last stream that we will have. There's still World Cup content on the channel. Don't worry, guys, but we will have a 1 month break from the Premier League content, World Cup content that will be coming, guys. Don't worry. There's a lot of people DMing saying, "Are you gonna do World Cup content?" This that. Yes. Don't worry. We will talk about how great USA will do in the World Cup, and yeah, man, guys, it's been a nice stream. Hopefully. All our clubs get 3 points except from Chelsea. Toby, hopefully, will do well against Fulham. Hopefully, Martial does his thing as always. But yeah, guys, we'll see you guys next time. Hopefully, I still have the energy. But if we lose, then don't expect me to host because I'll probably call Sticky. I'll probably
Don't worry.
Hardy will probably take over because I probably won't be in when we lose. So Hardy do my job for me, please. But anyways, big up, guys. See you next time.
Roger it,